Hey guys, welcome back to the MCU HQ and welcome to my review of episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I meant to have this out yesterday, but then life got in the way, so I don't. So we're doing it today. But we're doing a little change. We are not doing a non-spoiler section for this video. There's a lot that goes down in this episode. And so we're just going to dive straight into spoilers. If you have not seen the episode yet, go watch it because holy crap, it was a good episode. Probably better than any of the WandaVision episodes, if I'm being honest. So go check that out, then come back and then you can watch me talk about this episode. If you have seen it, welcome to my spoiler review. So let's hop into it. We have some things to talk about. First off, I have to talk about John Walker, U.S. agent. I really like this guy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Am I out of my mind? Well, not really, guys. Everyone is saying, oh, he's not Captain America. He looks too corny. He looks like some just average Joe trying to act cooler than he is. He doesn't act like Cap. He doesn't move like Cap. Yeah, you don't say. That's kind of the point. It's not a Steve Rogers recast. It's just John Walker. He even says in the episode, I'm not trying to be a replacement for Steve. I'm trying to be the best Captain America I can be. This is not Steve Rogers. Stop acting like it's supposed to be Steve Rogers. Yeah, so I dig him. I dig his upbeat attitude. He actually seems like someone who's trying to do good. That scene when he came in when Bucky and Sam were on the truck and they were fighting the Flag Smashers, who we'll talk about in a few minutes. He and Battlestar came in. Man, he was fighting good. The way he saved Battlestar with the shield, that was smooth, gotta say. And I hope he ends up being good. He probably won't, judging by his last line when he said, stay out of my way, to Bucky and Sam. So yeah, like if they wouldn't team up, he wanted him to stay out of his way. That scared me. But I can totally see him giving up the shield, being like, Steve Rogers picked you, you should be Cap. But he'll probably go evil. And let's talk about the Flag Smashers for a minute, because the Flag Smashers and Isaiah Bradley, like we'll talk about soon, seem like a huge retcon. So the Flag Smashers, their motive, I talked about it after episode 1, but they think the world was better during the blip. They want things to go back to how they were then. And I think one of them had a line about they hate the fact that all the people who were in power when they blipped just went straight back into power when they came back. And I never even thought about that, but they said that. I'm like, that's a good point. What happened with all those people? And I think her name is, Karli, Aaron Kellyman's character. I liked her. She had some cool stuff. I mean, her first scene, if the trailer didn't show it, if the casting didn't even show she was in the show, that would have been an awesome twist when she came out of the truck, smiled at Bucky, and then punched him, out of the truck. That would have been cool. She broke Red Wing. That was awesome. She kicked Bucky's ass. I loved her a lot. But there's just so many damn super soldiers in this show. They made it seem that Cap was a super soldier, and then General Ross, the Incredible Hulk, was like, yeah, we tried to replicate it. We got this guy. We were trying to get this guy. And then later in the MCU, they retconned, okay, Hydra had Bucky. He was a super soldier. And then Civil War, they're like, yeah, but we have 5 more super soldiers. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of super soldiers, right? No, it's not. Because all the Flag Smashers are super soldiers. And Isaiah Bradley, who is from he was in the Korean War. He was a black Captain America in the comics. I think they said he was like a super soldier in this or something. He got to fight Bucky in Korea. He's a super soldier. There's so many super soldiers. So I'm guessing, I don't think Falcon will get a serum. I think Falcon getting a super soldier serum would just be such a cop-out to be like, oh, now he's strong enough to wield the shield. There we go. No. If anyone's going to get it, I'd say it would be John Walker to make him stronger. And speaking of Isaiah Bradley, let's talk about that. This was insane. This show is touching on some heavy themes already. And one of those, they kind of delve a bit into racism, which we'll talk about. But they do kind of mention the world never knew about Black Captain America, and they basically say because he was black. That's kind of heavy. Sam was not too happy about that fact that no one told him Isaiah Bradley existed. But the character who's more important than Isaiah Bradley is Eli Bradley, who I'm pretty sure is his grandson. He was the one who opened the door. In the comics, Eli Bradley is a patriot and a young Avenger, which would bring the count that we have now up to... Well, let's see. So we have Cassie, we have Wiccan and Speed, who are going to come back in Doctor Strange, Billy and Tommy. And then now we have Patriot. So we're up to 4 of the Young Avengers who have popped up so far. And yeah, racism. Let's do that. Let's talk about that. I didn't realize they were going to be this heavy-handed with it. I mean, Bucky and Sam are walking through like a not-so-great neighborhood, and they're arguing about the fact that there was a Black Captain America that no one ever knew about. And cops pulled up, asked to see Sam's ID, and kept asking if Bucky was okay because they assumed he was being threatened by a black guy. And then they kept arguing. Sam's like, I'm not showing him my ID. And Bucky was kind of trying to defuse the situation, but then you see Bucky, he blew his fuse at the end. He's like, yes, I'm fine. You know who this is? And then the cops realized they screwed up, but then they had to arrest Bucky because he didn't go to his court-mandated therapy. And I like that they gave Bucky a presidential pardon. That was really cool. And that's when we get the therapy scene, which Sam and Bucky's banter is fantastic. We get the big 3, which is alien androids and wizards. We get whatever they do in the therapy scene. And we get what they're doing on the plane. I mean, their banter is top-notch. It's like it wasn't even written. If you just see Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan interviews, that's just how they act. But I will add, the writer, I forgot his name. Malcolm Spellman. He's the head writer, and then, is it Kari Skoglund is the director of all 6 episodes. The 2 of them watched interviews with Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan to get that vibe that they could then write into the characters. So talk about doing your homework. And then they set up this great storyline between the 2 because they need them just hating each other just for the sake of it just being a little friendly rivalry is kind of lazy writing. I'm not gonna lie here, it kind of is. It was funny in Civil War, but it was more just kind of playful banter. But 6 episodes, you might need a bit more of a reason for them to not want to come together. Because you would think, oh, Captain America's buddies, Steve's friends, they should come together. But no, they need a reason to not come together, and that is about Sam giving up the shield, which this was such an excellent idea. Sam gives it up. Bucky then watches John Walker get the shield, and he is so mad at Sam for giving up the shield because he thinks it either means that Sam betrayed Steve or that Steve was wrong about Sam, which Bucky then says that means Steve was wrong about him too. And then they say they're going to work together and then go their separate ways and never talk to each other again. So we know that they're not going to do that by the end of the show. And then we get the cliffhanger where they say they're going to go talk to Zemo because they need someone from Hydra so they can get answers. And we get to go see a little one shot of Zemo, now with some more facial hair. My one issue with this, though, is that Falcon says, he's like, I guess we're going to go get Zemo, before they show Zemo. It would have been so cool if Bucky just said they needed him, and Falcon was like, we're not doing that. And then they argue a bit, and Falcon finally agrees, but doesn't say his name. And so then it cuts to that place, and you see Zemo. I think that would have been cooler. Kind of ruined the reveal of Zemo saying his name. But next episode, we're getting Zemo, boys. But what you can really see in this episode is how closely it's mimicking the tone of the Captain America trilogy. So Marvel really just said, screw it, let's make Captain America 4 without Steve Rogers. And it is working perfectly. I love this show. Can't wait to see what comes next. Only 4 episodes left. but they're all around 50 minutes, which is like double the length of like the first 2 WandaVision episodes, which is really nice. Well guys, there you go. That is my review for episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What were your thoughts on the episode? What were your thoughts on my review? Let me know all that down in the comments below. Also leave a like on this video, subscribe, click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ. That's going to be it. Have a great day, guys.